Athletes and role models, duty or choice. So what exactly is a role model? The dictionary defines a role model as someone to be copied, a worthy person who is a good example for other people, someone worthy of imitation, a person who is unusually effective or inspiring in some social role or job and so serves as a model for others. This documentary raises the question of whether or not athletes should be regarded as a role model for young people and other athletes. A German study showed that a high percentage of boys admire sports stars because of their strength, aggression, and their abilities to get things done. With that being said, athletes should be held accountable as a role model because they are in an effective or inspiring role and are worthy of imitation. This serves as a basis for the argument that athletes should be held accountable as role models. Let's take a moment and look at some examples of athletes that are positive role models. Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow is currently one of the most talked about athletes in all of sports. He is a world-class athlete that uses his talents to help spread the message of Christianity. He truly exemplifies what it means to be not only a professional athlete but a role model as well. Let's listen to a brief clip of Tebow's ministry at a local prison.
Jesus said, I will never leave you or forsake you. He said, I will be with you always, even to the end of the age. So that means no matter what happens in your future, you don't have to worry that Jesus will leave you. It means tomorrow morning when you wake up, you have to ask him to come back into your heart? No, sir. No, sir. That means he's already there, and he will never leave you.
LeBron James. At 27, LeBron James is already regarded as one of the best players to ever play in the NBA. He utilizes his worldwide name and brand to help promote a variety of charities and philanthropic causes. Wheels for Education is LeBron's newest initiative.
I think that every 26-second a kid drops out of high school is staggering. It's outrageous, honestly.
Partnered with State Farm and Akron Public Schools, LeBron provides hundreds of children with the tools and resources needed to achieve the highest form of academic success. Upon the completion of the camp, students will receive an HP laptop, Nike backpack filled with essential third-grade supplies, and a bike from Wheels for Education.
To my teachers, because they will help me learn.
By emphasizing having a good education and focusing on careers other than sports, LeBron truly represents what it means to be a positive role model. Some people believe athletes should not be considered role models. Charles Barkley famously stated, "A million guys can dunk a basketball in jail. Should they be role models?" However, according to the definition of a role model, athletes are in an effective and inspiring position and should be held accountable. Many athletes don't want the responsibility that accompanies their role model status and believe this view detracts from the influence of more traditional values. Pro athletes are placed into the spotlight and understand that they are in a position to be held as a role model. Let's take a look at a few examples of negative role models in sport. Ron Artest and the brawl between the Indiana Pacers and Detroit Pistons.
Artest jumped over the scorer's table and is trying to get down to the bench. Artest is in the stands. Oh, this is awful. Fans are getting involved. Steven Jackson's in the fans.
Ron Artest was one of the main contributors to the infamous brawl that took place during an Indiana Pacers versus Detroit Pistons game. Artest was suspended for the remainder of the season for his actions. He is an example of how young and aspiring athletes should not play or treat the game of basketball or any other sport.
All the players now, they're jumping in there to try and get the other players out.
Gilbert Arenas and his gunfight with teammate Javaris Crittenton. Gilbert Arenas was a premier athlete in the NBA. He was voted to multiple All-Star games and earned a contract well over $100 million. However, after a poor decision made by Arenas and his teammate Javaris Crittenton, all of those accomplishments were wasted. Arenas chose to stage a mock gunfight with real guns after losing a card game. He was suspended for the remainder of the season and has since struggled to make it again in the NBA.
Into the Wizards locker room and jeopardizing his status with the league and with the law.
I have to deal with, the police investigation, DAs. That's what I have to deal with.
Even his teammate, Antoine Jamison, voices his concern.
You hate to see somebody punished from not making a smart decision, but this is nothing that you joke about at all. So you can't I wouldn't use this situation as a Gilbert being Gilbert situation. Now, this situation right here is, I take it very seriously.
Conclusion and work cited. I hope that through all the data and examples presented, you can formulate your own ideologies on whether or not athletes should be held accountable as a role model or not. Thank you.